I'd have people do like the whole Robert De Niro thing. Kind of like, you talking to me? You talking to me? I don't see nobody else here. You talking to me? And I had people that would do that, but with like the eye, like, you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Huh? Huh? And in 13 days, I'm gonna have eye surgery to fix my lazy eye. I've had a lazy eye since I was 1 year old. I had hernia surgery, and after that, my parents noticed my eye went inwards, and that's what they call amblyopia. And for the last 30 years, I've lived my life as normal as possible. In order for my eyes and for me to be okay with, and how I got through this all along is my prescription is pretty strong that once I place my glasses on, the prescription is strong enough in the right eye that it will magnetically, make my left eye a little bit straight. Not perfect, but it will move it just a slight smudge. Bloop. Oh my god. So first of all, hello everybody. My name is Vinny. Second of all, this ring light is so damn bright, but my room was dark and on video it looked horrible, so I had to use this light. So let me catch you up to speed. 30 years old, and I had this basically weight on my shoulder my whole life where there's been times where I've been, judged, and you always remember those things, and people will be like, yo, what's wrong with your eye, and over time, you kind of, dust it off your shoulder and be like, who cares what people think? But then, I am an actor and I love doing video work, and when I would shoot a video and I'd be proud of it and I would start editing it, sometimes I would just throw the video completely away and not show anybody because I was like, oh my god, so self-conscious that what's wrong with my eye? My eye was going inwards and people are not going to want to watch the video because of my eye. And about a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago, I want to say late August, I went for basically an eye exam, and I had an eye doctor, do the whole procedure, and he says, hey, have you ever thought about eye surgery? And I told him, well, yeah, obviously, but isn't that painful? Doesn't that hurt? And he told me that there was a specialist in my area, and I could, talk to him and ask him any questions. And of course the money thing is always, an issue, it's, yeah, let's sign me up, doctor, but it's going to cost like thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's intimidating. So you're like, I don't, got that money right now. But and when I was around 18 years old, when I became like a legal adult, made my own, decisions, I was thinking, I want to do this. And then I watched a million YouTube videos and it freaked me out. And I was like, hell no. So I talked to this, surgeon, during my eye appointment, my eye exam, and he was pretty confident, and he goes, look, I do like 5 to 7 of these a day, takes about 35 to 45 minutes, you're in and out. And I'm like, wow, man, that ain't bad. And he said the recovery time is about 2 months, and I said, okay. And they said, oh, well, we can get you in like 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks. And then I'm like, am I ready for that? Like, do I really want to do this? And then I was like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I got the surgery 1 week ago, so my eye is not 100%. I'm just saying that now. So that's why I'm kind of like squinting, because again, this ring light's bright, but I'm doing good so far. And it's weird that I'm looking directly at the camera, because before this surgery, I would always look at the camera and look away, but I'm actually looking right at the lens the whole time. I'm looking at you guys. Let's see, what happened? So I checked in, they weighed me, they checked my vitals, made sure my blood pressure wasn't too high, and for me, that's rare because I have what they call like white coat fever. Like I see a hospital and I think of all them TV shows like ER and The Resident, like all these shows I love, right? And but then when you're in that situation, you're like, oh my god, what if I die? What if I, oh my god, what if I have a heart attack? What if I have a stroke? What if I pass out from blood or vomit? Or, you know, you think of all these things, and what happens is when you think of all those things, your blood, woo, it goes through your body and it tightens up, and then you got high blood pressure, right? So luckily I didn't have that. I was like, Vinny, go to bed early, keep calm, don't get too excited, don't, you know, don't talk with the excitement in your voice, just be like monotone, just be calm. So I go in there, they weigh me, they're like, cool, how tall are you, blah, blah, blah. They open this other door, and I see like a general ER, and I'm like, oh my god, there's people probably got a gunshot wound, and then there's a lady next to me, and she's screaming, and she's like, I got kidney stones, and I'm just going, oh my god, what did I sign up for, right? But I was like, no, it's gonna be all right, right? So then they tell me, oh, here, you know, take your clothes off. They tell you to put this gown on, right? So I'm laying there. The lady goes, just talking to me like, hey, you know, do you know what surgery you're getting today? Just to make sure I'm alert and, you know where I'm at, you know. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting my, you know, I'm an actor and filmmaker and I do videos, and 30 years, I'm just tired of having a lazy eye. And she's like, oh, fair enough, okay. And then she takes a needle, she puts an IV. It doesn't work. She's like, oh, does that hurt? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna pull it out. We're gonna do it again on this arm. And I'm like, oh my god, 5 times. Got all these bruises on my arm. So anyway, so they successfully put the IV in me. It was like another 2 hours of just waiting. I was watching John Wayne movies and the TV show Gunsmoke. I was watching that. I couldn't believe it because I think that day, like, they were swearing in the new Supreme Court judge, Amy. That's a whole nother story. Like, the Democrats were asking stupid ass questions, and I was just like, I'm not gonna watch this because my blood pressure is gonna rise. And they're not going to operate on surgery if I watch that. So I'm like, okay, let's turn on TV Land. And I'm watching John Wayne movie. And I'm like, wow, he's a really good actor. I haven't really watched any John Wayne movies in a long time. So I was totally relaxed. I was laying there in the hospital bed. And even though I was hearing all these stories, there was a guy, he owned a restaurant. He was an Italian guy. And he was like, yeah, I broke my wrist because I was making too many cheesesteaks. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm hearing all these like just conversations of the ER room, you know? And you're in a hospital bed, you can't really do anything, you know? And I actually told my parents, here, have my phone, because I don't want it. I don't want to be checking, you know, Facebook. The anesthesiologist comes in, and I could barely understand a word he said. He was, you know, he didn't really speak great English. And that made me kind of uncomfortable, you know, where it was like, wait, what did he just say? And I just kept saying yes to whatever he said because I was tired and I was like, let me just do the surgery. I just want to get it done with, you know? He goes, okay. He says, well, what we're going to do is you're hooked up to an IV. We're going to go ahead and, you know, put the anesthesia, general anesthesia through the IV, and you're going to fall asleep. But before that, I'm going to give you like a handful of Tylenol, and I think it was like 4 pills of Tylenol, and then there was like another pill, I don't know what it was called, it had some like long ass name that started with a G, and I can't even tell you, he said it, and of course with his broken English it sounded like he was saying the alphabet. That's how long the name of that medicine was. So the other nurse comes and she goes, oh, here's your medicine. And I'm like, okay, like, you know, who gets happy about medicine, right? I'm like, oh, great. They wheel me into the operating room and I'm thinking, oh my God. I was like, do you guys realize that the anesthesia didn't kick in? Like, I'm still awake. Like, I'm still fully alert. And they were just like, I didn't know what was going on, but I was just like, I'm still alert. And then I was like, kind of like panicking, like my mind wanted to talk, but I couldn't talk. I was kind of just already like, the medicine was kicking in. I couldn't talk. My brain was thinking, but I couldn't speak. And I seen the doctor because I, met him before, and he's across the room, and he's, got his little surgical knives and everything, kind of like those TV shows you see. They got the blue thing, and it's in like a tin, looks like a tin little pallet, and he's got like all his little knives and stitches and everything ready to go, and I'm like, oh my god. And then they take this like mask thing, that's whatever. They're like, okay, Vincent, we need you to just take a couple breaths, and ready, 1, 2, and I went 1, 2, and my eyes closed, and I was out. I don't know how long later, but I wake up, and I just hear, okay, Vincent, you had surgery. You're all better now. It was successful. I'm like, I'm alive. First question I asked them was, is Donald Trump still our president? And they were like laughing. They didn't know whether to laugh or not. And then they kind of laughed and they said, why, you don't like him? I go, no, he's awesome. And then I closed my eyes. And then I think I woke up, and they were trying to wake me up, but I was just, I was whooped. I said something like, I'm really hungry. Like, I was talking like I was drunk, I'm like, I'm really hungry. And they're like, well, what would you like? And I'm like, take me to a buffet. And they're going, oh, I don't think a buffet is a good idea for you. And I'm like, oh, but I want lots of food. I want salad. And I'm like, dude, if someone asks me what do I want for food, salad's like one of the least things I would actually ask for. So I know I was totally whoop, whoop. My eye was still swollen shut. They gave me medicine, like these little drops you put in your eye 3 times a day. And to be honest with you, I've been sleeping like every day till like 2 in the afternoon. So pretty much I've been putting the drops in twice a day, like before dinner and then after dinner before I go to bed, But yeah, I honestly, how do I feel now? I feel great. I'm happy. I'm glad I've done this. This is the first time I've had both my eyes looking directly into a camera lens for the first time ever. You've seen it first? Haha, seen. My eyes still, it's not painful. I mean, I feel like I have a headache, like a strong headache, like right up here, and right here is the worst pain. Would I recommend this to anybody who also has amblyopia, a lazy eye, whatever the terminology is for you? Absolutely. Yes, the pain is painful. It's uncomfortable. It's itchy. Like I want to itch my eye right now. Well, not itch my eye, but itch all around it. But you know what? I already feel like a brand new person, I feel like I got plastic surgery or something, Like I feel good, I feel happy. And I just want to say to everybody who's, left me phone calls, and text messages and heart emojis and kiss emojis and all that stuff. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But I just want to say I really sincerely appreciate this. Like I never had this much this much support of people. Like this is such a big deal to me. Like words can't even describe how much of I knew this was going to be life-changing, and it really is for me, because I know like my confidence just like turned on. Like I had confidence, but like now I'm going to be like, what's up? Hey, how are you? How you doing? Like I'm going to be like walking, and I guess I'll have to admit, like I used to walk with my head down all the time because I knew my eye thing was an issue, and now I can hold my head up and be like, what's up? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hey, what's up? You want to look at my eyes? You can look at my eyes. There's nothing wrong with my eyes now, But I'm really relieved that it's all done and over with. You know, the healing part, I have another like month, 2 months to go, but you know what? Come 2021, it's gonna be a good year, you know? I can, my eyes not crooked, and like I'm genuinely happy, so. And I don't know if I've been this happy for myself, you know? I've been happy for other people, or happy because, you know, people have done things for me and I'm like, oh, I feel happy, you know? But for me, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me, you know? And thank you guys for watching this. Thanks.